So today, guys, another review, Skull Candy. To be honest with you, I wasn't going to buy these at first because of the price tag. They're normally $80, but I happened to, shop at my frequent stores at Ross and actually got them for $34.99, which is still it's basically half price for the most part. And I figured why not give it a shot and see if it's actually worth purchasing. So with that being said, Skull Candy headphones, they did kind of reimagine their image a little bit because they were really slacking in the market lately with all the other brands coming out. But without further ado, let's get right into this review. So first things first, I already took the pleasure of taking these headphones completely out of the case. This is everything that comes with it. I don't care if I tear that because, to be honest with you, I'm probably going to give this to a family member and they're not going to care about little things like plastic. So what comes with it is the actual rubber tips that you see right here, which will be small and large tips. The mediums are already on the earbuds. And right here we have the USB-C cable. Now this is a very small cord. Some people would be mad about this. I personally like it because it allows you to just plug it up to a laptop or a computer somewhere and it doesn't take too much space. So it's easy for carrying and travel and things like that. Now this is the actual earbuds themselves. So to kind of give you an idea of what they can do, you are looking at a 9-hour battery life in the earbud itself, and then a 31-hour battery life with the actual case. So that gives you a total of 40. You have USB-C in the back. We do have wireless charging. If you can see that here, I am using an A20 to record, so I do apologize for the quality, but that's what I decided to use. So you're getting a wireless charging headset. Unfortunately, there is no such thing as active noise cancellation on these, which is a major bummer, especially at the $80 price tag. But it does have skill IQ, which I'm about to read what that is. Basically, it has, let's see here, voice commands for incremental volume control in your choice of 5 different languages and a stay aware mode. So really, it's modes on here that allow the volume to change from what I'm reading if you're in different situations where you need to still be able to hear the things around you. Personally, like I said, active noise cancellation would have been more ideal than a feature like that. But again, it's Skull Candy. The Hey Alexa, the Hey Skull Candy works if you want to take photos amongst other things. Let me give you an example right here. So there's many things that you can do with this. You can talk to the earbuds and have them actually do commands, which I think is a pretty cool feature. Now, with that being said, I want to show you what the headset actually looks itself. But let's talk just a tad bit more tech spec. So you are getting IP55 with this particular headset, so please do be aware of that. So if you're caught in the rain, the headset itself should be perfectly fine. But the case, keep in mind, the case is not IP rated, I don't believe, because it has contacts right here. So it doesn't say the case is, so I'm going to assume that it isn't. The earbuds could be to take some water damage, the case cannot. So for you guys that's caught in a rainstorm, you get home, your case isn't charging, don't blame the product, it's you. Outside of that, this does also work with the Tile app. It has something called Personal Sound by Mimi, which I'm going to see if that actually makes a difference in the actual quality of music and call quality. And that's pretty much it. Hand controls, of course, built-in Alexa, all the stuff you expect from a typical headset. That's pretty much it. And to be honest with you, this part goes into your ear. This part doesn't right here. So be aware of the fact that even though this looks pretty chunky, I haven't had an issue with it inside of my ear personally, but my wife, which has much smaller ears than me, could not put these in. So for you small ear users, right off the back, it's not going to work. Anyway, with that being said, let's go on and see how it actually looks inside the ear so you can see it in real time. All right, guys, so this is the headset right here. As you can see, put it in the camera view so you can see it. I'm going to go ahead and put them inside of my ear. And like I discussed, if you're a small ear person, don't purchase these. They're not going to work for you. My wife has very small ears, and it's very few headphones that she can actually use. She could do AirPods because of the open ear design and a few others, but for the most part, they normally fall out of her ear, even if she changed the rubber tips to a smaller size. So with that being said, oh, that's the left side. I'm gonna pull out the right side. I'm gonna put that in the ear so you can see it. So basically how it goes in is you just place it in and twist, and you're good to go. And what I will say is that it also varies how you feel comfortable wearing it. Now, the instructions might tell you something a little bit different, but for me, I have to make sure that it fits snugly and it feels good. Now, even though these are chunky headphones, what I'll say is I had them in for about 3 hours, 3.5 hours. I started feeling ear fatigue after that time because I was actually watching a video while using these and doing edits on some videos for my YouTube page. and I was just listening to the Joe Button podcast, and I purposely do other things and just wear these in so that I can give you guys a more accurate assessment about how it feels to me, if it's truly comfortable. What I will also say, and please be aware of this, is that they do feel like they're pushing open my ear a little bit, like the ear canal. So some people might find that pressure to be a little unbearable. Personally, I don't have that issue. I do like the way they feel, but I have many headphones that have a much more solid grip in my ear than this one. So kind of be aware of that if you decide to purchase these. But again, if you're a Skull Candy user and you have normal size ears and not too small, they feel great. They look good inside of your ear. Some people like the aesthetic of seeing the Skull Candy sign to let people know that what they have. Again, there are materialistic people out there. This will definitely, I guess, cure your fancy if you're into that type of thing. But I'm more into the music quality. So let's go into the next section about how to sync these bad boys in real time. So the syncing process is very easy. Normally you take them out of the headset out of the case to sync them, and the left bud will sync to the right or the right to the left. Or there's a secondary way where if you open up the earbud, they automatically sync to each other. Now, I didn't read the instructions to sync them. I'm going to try both ways to see which one actually works. So for right here, I'm going to go to the Bluetooth settings in my phone, walk you guys through it so you can see it in real time. And if it doesn't sync the first way, then we know the second way is definitely the way to do it. So they're inside the case. And as you see, these things are called grind fuel. I did not have to remove them. I'm going to go ahead and tap them. Press allow. Remember, with Apple users, it's just going to sync automatically when you tap it. With Android users, for the most part, depending on the software, it's going to ask you to access contacts and logs. And the reason it does that is because, well, one, it wants to be evasive, and two, some phones have the ability to be able to read the call log or read the person that's calling and let you know while it's ringing. So each phone varies. Anyway, it is synced. Very simple process. You don't have to worry about anything. If you're asking if this has multi-point, I don't see anything that signifies that it does. And secondly, in order to sync it to another device, just unsync it to your current one or turn off the Bluetooth, and it'll put itself back in pairing mode when you open up the case for the next device. Anyhow, we're going to the part that everybody actually wants to hear, the music. All right, guys, so I want to pop these in my ear, and I'm going to let you know how it sounds in real time when I'm playing music. Okay, so as soon as you take them out of the earbud, it'll say battery 100%. It'll let you know it's connected. So if it's under 100%, it will let you know what the battery life is. Be aware of that. Now, there is no, let me just let you guys know, I'm using, what is this thing called? I totally forgot what this app is called. Power Amp. So with the amp I use for Android, it does have the ability to use equalizers and things. All of that is turned off. Everything is on normal so that I can give you an accurate assessment, at least with my ears, about how they sound. Let me go to a folder. Let's go on to other. Let's play something. Zombified. They sound pretty good so far. A little washed out though. Just in your head. I'm gonna switch the tips while I'm listening to it. See, because the seal doesn't seem really that good with the medium tips. Yeah, that's better with large tips. Much better. Oh no, you'll never let go. It's something you said 10 years ago. They're canceling you, and they will never everybody's number 5. I forgot the words. Sound good. Mountain high, they're dead inside. It goes on and on. Okay, that sounds pretty good so far. I'm going to let you know my experience, and I'm going to play another song while I'm searching for one. So what I noticed right away with this particular headset is that the songs sound a tad bit washed out. Like Skull Candies is good for bass, and they still are for this particular headset, but you could definitely tell that it sounds muffled. Like a lot of the instruments playing in the background, especially if you heard the song that I was playing before, sound very, very muffled. Like the sound quality is there, but it feels like they were trying to make the bass a little bit higher than what it should be. When it came to like the, I don't even know how to describe the other instruments. It just felt like, imagine a marching band that got things wrong, or they're using secondhand equipment that's worn. That's what it sounds like a worn, it just wasn't crisp. Like, it wasn't sharp. Like, when you listen to certain aspects of the instruments, it did not sound very sharp. It didn't sound very refined. It's kind of like, you know how you listen to music in the 90s and the 2000s, beats versus beats in 2023. You may not like the lyrics of the artist, but the quality of software has gotten substantially better, where everything seems very, very sharp. This felt very muddled. But anyway, let me play something else. Let me see. Here we are. What you know about rolling down in the deep? Okay, sounds pretty good so far. Bass is really good. Okay. Man. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I do not think for a second that these are worth $80. Now, this isn't the last part of the video, but I've just got to be honest with you. The musical, put it this way, when I have to do a quick comparison, the OnePlus Buds right here are like $50. I think I paid like 40 something or 50 online at the time. These are the Nord Buds 2 or something. They have active noise cancellation. They have a lot of features that this doesn't have, and this has features that this doesn't have, right? But the difference is that the call quality on these buds, the music quality, the bass, when I'm listening, the hats, I can hear everything, the kicks, I can hear all of that, right? With the Skull Candies, the bass is literally overpowering the rest of the song. So for some people, you guys may say, oh, that's cool. Death metal, heavy metal, rap, deuce deuce, all these songs, Crunk Ain't Dead, right? You're gonna love the bass on these. But the problem is that everything else is secondary on this headset. Like, even the volume of just the people talking, the rappers that I was listening to, and then with the Zombified song, the person screaming in the song. But it felt like their mic was turned down and that everything else was turned up. It's very imbalanced in terms of quality of music. While a $50 headset or so sounds substantially better in practically every category. Now, what I will say is, obviously, this has other features like the Mimi sound, and you're able to use a Skull Candy app, which you're going to go through together. Regardless of the Skull Candy app, I don't think that there's anything that can honestly make the quality of sound better. But you know what? We're going to try it anyway and do some tweaks and see if we can make it sound a little bit better. Because normally headphones, when they come right out of the box, that's the regular sound profile. And if the regular sound profile doesn't sound that good and it sounds muddled, then 9 times out of 10, the experience overall is going to be a little bit muddled. But let's go ahead over and see how the app actually works. So guys, this is the application for the Skull Candy IQ, and this is a double part video. For you guys wondering, the sound that you're hearing that I'm recording is how normally your phone calls or just recordings are going to sound if you use this headset for that reason. So let's just call it a double whammy. So whatever voice you hear, remember, that's how it's going to sound. So right here, there's actually 2 applications. One is Skull Candy. This one is like a Skull Candy IQ application that's actually made for this particular headset. I don't know why. Okay, every time you say Skull Candy, it either raises your volume up or makes it go down. There's like a voice control on this, so I'm not going to say it any more times. So you have an option to find this with Tile, which you will be required to download the Tile app. You have share audio, so it looks like you're able to actually send songs based on what they're saying to stream to another person that has similar headphones using this application. It won't work for regular people using AirPods or Galaxy Buds or Anchor's only with the Skull Candy IQ application. This allows you to be able to take photos if you use a particular voice command. I'm personally not going to do that at all, and you do have the option to do what the actual button presses do for photos. We have the personal sound application, which I'm not going to do right now. You have to actually go through a little section to set that up. We do have equalizers right here. Podcast, movie, custom, music. So it looks like 5 equalizers if you add the custom option along with it. Right here we have the button selection, so you can decide what the left side does, right side does, single taps, double taps, triple taps, and one hold. And you have the self, and these are the options that you can actually change it to if you choose to. Now it's on default pause and play for the single taps, but again, when you change it, it'll let you know double tap for volume up. You have the option to basically customize whatever it is that you want. As for voice assistant, it looks like it obviously works with Google itself, which I'm not going to say that because it'll kind of ruin my video. But Alexa and iHeartRadio allows you to do voice assistant commands. I personally don't use either one of these. Some of you guys will, so that'll work for you. But for the average person, I highly doubt you're going to use that. The application does also show your battery meter on the left and right side, but unfortunately not the case itself. And lastly, we have the voice control, which you have the option to turn this off. You have the option to switch it between different languages. So if you decide to, let's say hypothetically, you're of Asian descent or African descent and you speak a particular language, well, honestly, it only gives you a couple of them, 5: Espanol, French, Spanish, I guess that's Dutch. I'm not sure if that's, I don't think that's Korean. I'm not too sure. And then English. So it's not amazing. Like these are the commands that you can actually do. And like I said before, when I first saw this, I thought maybe this has certain commands that allows you to answer calls and stuff. It does. It allows you to accept calls, hang up calls, take photos, turn the aware on and off, which aware is basically a feature that allows you to keep the earbuds inside of your ears while you are still walking down the street, so you'll be able to hear car noises and other things for you people out there that don't want someone to, basically sneak up on you and smack you in the back of the head. So it's limited app support. Now, when you first buy these headphones, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a software update that takes about 5 to 10 minutes total. You just keep the earbuds out of the case because there's no in-ear detection for this headset. It's just when you take it out of the case, it'll automatically connect. So please do be aware of that. And they're not bad. They're not horrible headphones at all. But when we're looking at that $80 price tag, it makes it very difficult to say that this is actually worthwhile compared to other headphones at that price range. But anyway, let's close this video out and see if this is actually worth it or not. Let me get this out of here. So guys, let's talk about the good and the bad with these headphones. I'm just going to be completely honest. I don't want to lie to anyone and tell you to buy something for an $80 price tag and say, oh, they're amazing. In terms of fit, people with normal sized ears, which is hard to determine normal, but with bigger earlobes aren't going to have an issue with these earbuds. But if we're being completely honest, there are other headphones that you can find on the market that are substantially smaller and fit much better in the ears. So if I had to say comfort level, I'll give it a 5 out of 10. 5 is being average. After a while, if you play music too loud, the part of the ear that, put it this way, this part right here, that kind of, it's not the most comfortable. Like, it needed to be like a soft silicone, and they decided to go with a hard plastic. Now, if we're looking at the design itself, I love the design of this headset. It looks like it's honestly water resistant, but the reason we know it's not, because 1, this wireless charge is on the bottom, and 2, this is a open headset in the back. I'm sorry, I'm gonna put that in camera's view. And like I said, wireless charging, USB-C, 10-minute charge and give you 2 hours of listening time. The headset has a total of 9 hours. So again, there are some good aspects about it. Now let's talk about the bad. Even when I changed the equalizer with the music, when I decided to test it again before I did this part off camera, the sounds just aren't really that great. Skull Candy was one of those companies where they had amazing sound back in the day, and they did something similar to like what JBL and other companies did. They allowed their name gotten so big that they forgot where they came from. And other companies like Soundcore Anchor, you have J-Labs that are starting to come up a lot more. They're not better, but Soundcore by Anchor easily passes Skull Candy in terms of headphone quality, call quality overall. And like I mentioned before, I have this headset right here, which is the OnePlus Buds, which costs less than these. Even though this has app support, the OnePlus Buds actually work with OnePlus devices, and it shows you could turn on the different equalizers, not equalizers, but you could turn what is it called? Active noise cancellation on and off. It has quite a few features. Very basic, bare bones, but they are very good. They feel good in the ear. They're super comfortable. These are fire headphones, and they cost substantially less than this one. And again, Skull Candy, to me, their headphones have always been mid headphones, meaning just mid all the way around. They never had truly high-end headphones that were actually worth the asking price when you compare it to other companies. And even with all the features that we talked about, the call quality, the sound, it's not bad. They actually did a very good job of call quality, because normally Skull Candy sound like you're getting beaten up underwater while someone's choking you at the same time. It's normally terrible, but the call quality of these are actually very good. Even outside, when I tried it in real time, outside of the wind blowing and cars honking and things like that, you can still hear the noise around me, but my wife was still able to hear me as I scooted throughout the city, though I did have to go a little bit slower, like 10 miles an hour, because it was a lot of wind blowing. And you just can't stop that. Wind is going to blow outside, and most headphones can't hold up to that. These did, though, substantially better, where she thought that, she was like, compared to my Beats, they're perfectly fine. Now again, $80. No, absolutely not. Or $89 online. I think it's either $79 or $89 online, depending on where you go. Skull Candy website. Ross, not Ross. Ross had these for $34.99. Perfect price. I would say that they should have been no more than $49, and that's it. Even if you look at the battery life feature, listen, it doesn't cost much money to put a battery inside of a headset. It just doesn't. These companies purposely short you when it comes to features and still want to charge you premium prices for mediocre products. Now, I'm not saying that this is mediocre, but when you look at the $80, $90 price tag, look at what you're comparing yourself to. It's not better than these headphones. It's not better than the Beats Studio Buds, which are $149, but normally $99 or $89 on sale a lot of the times. It's not better than the Galaxy Bud 2s, which are $149, but drop down to between $80 to $100 on sale on a regular basis. It's not better than any of those headphones. So I can't sit here and say I suggest these when they decided to up the price as if their quality really matches other high-end brands. And it doesn't. It really doesn't. Soundcore Anchor, much better than these. Now, it's not to say that if you buy these, you'll hate them. I think you'll like them. It's just that with the feel of them, even though I have big ear holes, pause, it still doesn't change the fact that these could have been better. They could have felt better. They could have made, like I said, this part more softer rubber so it's easier and less pressure when pressed against your ear, but they didn't do that. And it feels like they never even bothered testing them to begin with about comfortability. I don't know what Skull Candy is doing. They've really been dropping the ball lately with some of their headphones. Again, it's not a horrible set. If you can find them on sale for $49, if you can go to Ross and pick them up for $34.99, you're going to love this headset. But when you compare them to other brands, and I'm not talking about the Galaxies, I'm not talking about the Sennheisers, I'm not talking about the Sonys, I'm not even going that high in quality of sound. I'm talking about OnePlus buds, I'm talking about Pixel buds, I'm talking about other buds that are in the same category in terms of price. The Life Note 3s, they're better than these by far and offer more. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. It's not a horrible headset, but it is certainly not worth the $80 that they're asking for. It should have came with noise cancellation. It should have came with in-ear detection. It should have had more features if you're going to try to charge that price. And we are not asking for much. That is the bare bones basic technology, and they still refuse to give that to their customers, and they're wrong for that. But anyway, like and subscribe like always, guys, and I will see y'all in the next video.